Hello, I am Jill Scharfman, and this is a mini episode of Let My People Eat, where I share a personal story, a parable, or a bit of Jewish history from which we can all learn something. What is the Jewish view on UFOs, aliens, and extraterrestrial intelligence? And is there life on other planets? Rabbi Tzvi Freeman of Chabad.org explores this further, and he talks about the story of Velvel Green, who is a scientist looking for life on Mars. Here's what the Lubavitcher Rebbe thought about the question. Shortly after the first moon landing, the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem M. Schneerson of blessed memory, pointed out that there is support in Torah for the notion that life exists on other planets. Furthermore, we can know something about that life through deduction from what the Torah tells us. Here's his argument. In the book of Judges, Devorah, the prophetess, sings about the victory of Barak over Sisera. In her song, she says, "Cursed be Meroz, cursed be its inhabitants, says the angel of God." Where is Meroz, and who are its inhabitants? The Talmud gives two explanations, one of them being that Meroz is a star or planet. The heavenly bodies had come to help the Israelites, as Devorah stated just one verse earlier. From the heavens they fought the stars from their orbits. This star, however, which was the dominant star of Sisera, apparently did not come to their aid. And so General Barak penalized Meroz and its inhabitants. But are these inhabitants intelligent? Intelligence is defined by Torah to mean the capacity to make decisions with free will. Free will is only possible where there is Torah, whereby the Creator offers his creatures more than one possibility and asks them to make the appropriate choice. In other words, just as we are created by the Creator's word, so we are provided free choice by his command to do or not to do. So if there would be intelligent life elsewhere in the universe, those creatures would have to have Torah. Could they have a different Torah than us? This is not possible since Torah is the truth and there cannot be two truths. Could they have the same Torah as us? Well, this also seems impossible since the Torah itself describes in detail how it was revealed on this planet, and that account itself has a strong impact on how the Torah is to be fulfilled. It therefore appears that although it is quite possible there is life on other planets, that life would not be intelligent in a way similar to human life and culture. But should we be looking? Dr. Velvel Green was a microbiologist who was enlisted by NASA in their project to determine if there is life on Mars. He asked the Lubavitcher Rebbe privately if this is something he should be doing. He says, "In 1960, I began working for NASA as part of the Planetary Quarantine Division, which was then charged with trying to find life on Mars. The Rebbe was very, very interested in the work I was doing. When we first met, he asked me if I knew what the Baal Shem Tov, the 18th century founder of the Hasidic movement, meant when he spoke of divine providence. I said that I did. The principle of divine providence, which the Baal Shem Tov taught, is that nothing a Jew sees or hears is random. Rather, it is all designed by heaven to bring you closer to Torah and to God. There is nothing wasted." And the Rebbe said, if this is true for everybody, how much more true it is for a person who is exploring the stratosphere or searching for life on Mars or working in a medical laboratory dealing with disease or traveling and meeting so many people. Now back then, this was the early 1970s, when word got around that I was working with NASA and looking for life on Mars, some religious Jews would rebuke me. They said, "You mustn't do that. You mustn't work in the space biology program or the exobiology program because it goes contrary to the Torah. You shouldn't be doing this kind of work." Since at this point I had already begun my journey to Jewish practice, their words caused me concern. Was I doing something wrong? I didn't know what to make of these statements. So the next time I met the Rebbe, I asked him if that in fact was true. The Rebbe did not respond right away. He thought for a while and then he said this, "You should look for life on Mars, and you should keep looking for life on Mars. If you don't find it, then keep looking elsewhere and do not stop looking, because to sit here in this world and say there is no life elsewhere is to put a limit around what God can do, and nobody can do that." I am Jill Scharfman, and I hope this makes your day a little more satisfying.